Usually, okay, so full transparency, recording has actually just now started, so if you've been here listening, welcome.
Start recording, so I won't go back to crap. So REPL, nice little breakout from the penny stocks as you were watching all the stocks this morning. Obviously, the close right there is well within 2% breakout right there. He said 21, I got 20 when I grabbed it. No big deal either way. So yeah, 3% right there. And as far as what we're moving, that's not moving very fast at all, to be quite honest with you. The top mover only being 73% up at this point, it's not great for, honestly, for the rest of the market. You hit like 10% right there on that first push up, right around 10% from that entry right there, give or take. So we're still back down here. We're still sitting over VWAP and the 21 EMA. So if you're still in it, then you're probably fine. You just bounced, swept just under your entry. So you went red for just a few minutes there, and now you're right back up over. We need to break back above this 689 level if you're in it for us to keep going up at this point. Like if we start getting rejected at 690, 689, probably best to kind of let this one go or go ahead and start taking some smaller profit here and maybe holding some runners. Set your stop loss back underneath where we just pulled back to. You might lose a little money on whatever's left in the trade. But it won't be enough to go red if you've already taken some profits up here and profit. So let's read off what Mike wrote this morning. Starting off a little slow this morning, have lots of major news events coming this week. So play cautious, lock in profits fast, and look for best setups right now. Not one single stock is up over 100%, which is rare, and only two stocks are up over 50%, which is exactly what I was just talking about for the day. And 5 of the top 15 are only up 10% or less, which is really bad. Now we've remedied that one, so now we're at least into the 30s. like high 20s and low 30s is kind of the lowest I usually look, and that's if we're back down here at 10 to 15. All right, if we got a 30% stock, I'll watch it, because a lot of the times the ones that shoot up to the top you'll see pop up 20-30% first, and then it'll take off, and as it's taking off, you'll be like, okay, cool, there's the pullback. So let's go look and see what the other top gainers are at this point. Just kind of look at them. Actually, hold on. He said TYGO. Let's go look at that one. So obviously nothing right here. It's a $2.17 breakout on this one. And you can see why, even though we don't typically use the wicks, he's grabbed both of those. We had two wicks exactly at 217 right here. So, theoretically, you could try to use 210, but the fact that it's just a solid block right there, it does look a little creepy. And when we swung back down, we were back underneath the 50 for quite some time. So, maybe not on this one. He said OP was 21 cents. $0.22, give or take. I don't know why he would just pick 21. He's probably just getting in real close. This one has gap to fill, opportunity up to 29 cents. But stocks is cheaper, generally pretty risky. I've seen some really good movers now. And it used to be that if you had a 20 cent or a 60 cent stock, man, play that crap. It was a 69 cent stock breakout on an evening. It was 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, and it was pushing through market the after hours, which is really odd. And I remember seeing that thing and seeing it hit really fast, really hard, just really solid movements in the after hours, hit that 68 cent. It happened the only reason I even saw it is because I had an old breakout at 54 cents, and my alarm went off, and I just happened to because I never turned it off. And it happened to hit, and I saw 69 cent pullback. I said, hey, watch this 68, 69 cent breakout. Could be a nice little play this afternoon. Well, hit, broke, and pushed that night. It came back down a little bit in the morning, still in profit if you held it all the way through, which is crazy. I'm not telling anybody you should have done that. But that stock wound up running from like 68 cents to like $11.70 that afternoon. It was like that next afternoon. It was like a 1,200% winner or something like that. Absolutely nuts. So I mean, never be scared of a stock that's underneath it. But I guess it can technically be a little risky. Is just because there's so many more psychological levels in that first $1, they start to kind of spread out a little further once you get a little taller and higher. 23 cents tends to be kind of like that level right there, which is fine. It tagged 24 cents, so 23, anywhere around between 20 and 23 cents. If you can get over that, you can probably get up to like 36 cents pretty easy. If you can get over like 36, 38 cents, you're probably looking at like, I'm trying to remember my numbers here. I used to have a list of them because we used to have a guy who was like 20 something, and him and his buddy had been trading since they were like 12. Their dads like got them trading accounts. They went through and like found all the little numbers. If I can find the list, I will share it with you guys. But it's pretty interesting to see where those psychological numbers are inside of a dollar. But I think we're probably pretty safe if this one decides to break out over 22 cents. I don't like the fact that we're losing back the R50 RSI right there, though. Not fun. What was the other one? Oh, BGLG. Okay, BGLG right now, we are trying to break out over that 770. I know technically Mike will probably look for like $8 at that point. And you can, if you want to wait for the $8 break, it's probably pretty safe to do that. We got a couple of wicks already above $8, so to have something close above $8 is probably safer. Yes, I'm aware. However, scared money don't make money, but also I don't play penny stocks very often. So let's see, he talked about TYGO again. You could get a close and open above both of them, and that would be even better. But you can kind of see there's that wick right above that $8 again. It's kind of getting batted down. So yeah, $8 is probably going to be a little safer. You got your 21 EMA is about 22% below that area right there, but the VWAP is about 10%. So that's going to give you a pretty decent little stop at that point if you want to wait until. Oh, it's just going to close up here, and that could be closer to 15. So let's look at BGLC for just a second here, and then I'll go look at the futures. I swear, I just He said, okay, so we did get a close and open above 780. It stopped short right of $8. Take it for what you will. If you want it to pull back, maybe try to a little bounce off of VWAP back down there. Try to push it back up to this area and scalp it just a little bit. He said OP did hit 15% above. I mean, yeah, technically. I think what he was referring to is at 21 cent, but I never really saw a pullback right at 21 cent. I think he was just kind of watching it as it was pushing through, so it wasn't necessarily like a technical breakout. So still looking for the break above to 22.72 right there, so almost 23 cent if you're looking for a 5-minute technical breakout. Our EPL still moving, still in technically, I guess, in the loading zone. If you want to try for another push, you could keep your stop loss real tight at this point if you wanted to try that bounce. It looks like it is kind of rolling back over to the south side though. So be kind of cautious with this one. Yeah, I mean, with FOMC meeting today, everything's going to be kind of flat. I think even futures is probably going to be a little choppy, which is why I'm not even over there looking at it right now. Come on. There we go. SGD, man. SGD absolutely exploded again yesterday. You know, it got real choppy after that. We talked about that VWAP break, break right here after that nice big round bottom. Pushed right back up to where we were looking for. Still looking for, I think he said 168. I think is probably previous resistance way back there. He wanted to see some action above that before he really got into it. But, you know, just like top, push back down again to that 200 EMA, held pretty strong. Very nice push up, and then after hours break. If you were looking at this last night, you know, which a lot of people don't, and that's fine, but it did do exactly what we wanted it to do, closing up and above 168, and great push. I mean, you know, if you had an alarm on, then you might have caught at 168, and you were able to get to your chart. Initially it made that up to 24% move, came back down to that 9 EMA, and then pushed up again, and looks like it might have gapped. So I don't know. That's market open this morning. Okay, so we won't count that. So technically it made about 32% move from the breakout. So that was kind of nice to see. And every now and then it's just nice to see something move in the after hours, even if we're not watching it. WGLS, you know, the big push, big pullback, nice big rounded bottom on this one after it's pulled back pretty hard at this point. Be really careful with this one. Used to love WLGS in the old, back in my day. Wing, kind of the same setup right here. We just got so much right above us at this point. All of this area right here could act as some pretty major resistance if we're not careful. It's a $300 stock. We ain't messing with that anyway. Why didn't somebody say something? Yeah, all the rest of the stuff is pretty trash. I'm going to dig down here to the small ones just to see if I see anything that piques my interest. And it doesn't look like I'm going to find it. No. Where's that one that looked like it was slowly climbing? Looked pretty... I don't know. Did I skip over it again? Was it way back here? I don't know. No. Nothing. There's BGLC. Hey, looky there. If you took the risk, you're making some money. You only hit about 9% so far, give or take. I guess there's the entry right there. So I guess you're hitting about 10 or 11% if you waited for this candle to start. Maybe even fluttered around a little bit further down here, but yeah. So that was something. At least, kind of keep an eye on that. All right, let's go back over here. Let's get some stuff going. All right, so as long as we're done pulling back, even if we're not done pulling back, I think we've got some room to kind of push up here. Obviously, SPY, we're sitting right here around this little potential big resistance level. You know, we're right back down at the bottom of Monday's play. Is that Monday? Yeah, that was Monday. So if even if we push back up a little bit, it looks we still got plenty of room to kind of get rejected at this point, and make almost kind of like a this. Well, I guess there's really no way to say it, but we're finally getting some bearish momentum on one of these. Now we got to figure out where it wants to pull back to. So we'll go look at ES a little bit and kind of see what that looks like, because we have the overnight picture for ES that we can see that for some reason TradingView doesn't show on SPY. So let's go look and see what that looks like. For a long time, while ES was making the higher highs and higher lows, NQ was NQ would be kind of like the little higher. It was the higher high and the lower low, and then a higher high and a lower low, kind of slingshot and getting itself ready to kind of go somewhere. It's kind of been a little bit different. ES was not ever really super messy. It was very much a structured range that it kind of stayed in, while NQ was making the higher highs and higher lows and kind of leading the way. They both pulled back on that deep pullback on a couple of Wednesdays ago. There it is right there. Nice big liquidity grab. ES had to get a little messy that one day. So kind of stepped its toe over the line and go, oh, look, I got a little dirty. And then it pushed back up. And of course, that's when they like caught each other, and you can see they really kind of made the move together. And then we kind of got back up here, and now we're seeing that same thing again, where NQ was the higher high and then the lower low, and then it's double topped and then pushed back down and pushed back up again, and ES kind of did basically the exact same thing. Nice big liquidity grab right here again for another big push up. NQ just had more places it had to be, because it stayed behind while ES ran that one overnight session. It was really weird. So NQ double top while ES was making the new higher high. Now we're pushing back up again. ES all the way up here. Finally trading hand in hand again. Higher high after the higher low. But now here we go. NQ making a higher high and ES making a lower low. So like the divergence is real, people. NQ dug down pretty deep yesterday, but found that support on that primary level that you kind of see from Monday's high. That's what caught it. ES, it dug down pretty deep. Like it didn't really catch anything. Here's Monday. There's Wednesday right there. My Monday's high is way back down here. So ES has plenty of room to kind of do anything remotely similar to what NQ is doing right now. NQ, because it didn't rush as fast that first big push like ES did, can kind of stay a little more calm and collected. So as long as we don't lose this level on NQ, I think we might be okay. But people, I think the hole's punched in the rug at this point. With FOMC this afternoon, I don't know if I really trust anything at this point. I don't love it. There's a lot of confusion going on, and honestly, unless you just have a strategy that you can scalp through on the, why aren't you doing what I asked you to do? Unless you have a strategy where you can kind of scalp through the day, I don't really know if there's going to be any big continuation that we can really trust for what we're seeing right here. I'm going to keep an eye on ES. What was it specifically? Oh, you know what I never did? I never actually told everybody I was going live. I should probably do that. Oh, there's a lot of people in here already. So good. And I did not. Sorry for anybody who's been waiting on those live recordings, man. I just got other things I got to do. It takes time out of my day to render those recordings, and I'm just going to run out of time. But I will get those up. Da, da, da. All right. Steel. It's still, yeah, steel. Did you have any more? What was the? Did you have like a specific question about what you were looking at?
Not necessarily. It's more or less seeing if the three charting that I'm doing is somewhat going to match your thoughts on how the outlook might play out.
I got you. Um, just kind of looking at where we are with ES right now. We've got a decent bearish trend right now, which, I mean, I guess in theory, because of the uptrend we've been in, could just turn into a big bear flag. At this point, I think just the generalized location of where we are on ES at this point is if we can hold above where we are at this point, I think we're probably going to be just fine. However, if we come up anywhere into this like 6,400 level and start to get rejection again, or if we trade east back over to like the 64.17 or the 64.24, somewhere around in this area right here, I would look for a little pressure to try to push this back down. If we trade east, we may not get that until later this afternoon. We could trade east right into that 64.17 level, which should put us right at that's 2 a.m. I was like, where is where's 1 a.m. All right, 1 p.m. I mean, oh, it's right there. Oh, I'm on the 1 hour, so that makes sense. If we pump up, pretty fast today, I'd be looking for manipulation back down to the downside at FOMC. Either back down to this area or recapture the top of this area and maybe try to push it back up to the all-time high finally, which NQ's already done. So these are kind of the plays I'd be looking for at this point with ES. We either need to break back down underneath here, like if we push up higher, we could probably do something similar to this. Not saying that's the exact play I'd look for, but because we don't really know what the candles will look like. Or if we, trade east and then get back on top of it this afternoon, maybe we look for something like this instead. Or if we just lose it this afternoon, look to play some downside to in the evening, maybe even overnight tonight. After the market settles back open. So that's like big play idea, right? What direction are we heading? How can this thing wind up moving? As far as what we're seeing here on the 5-minute, we dumped finally broke this up. We kind of filled the gap. We kept dumping. We pulled back. We haven't really broken this low right here, so I don't know if we can really kind of on this larger set right here move this down in good conscience, right? So this is still all-time high. So this is probably how I would manage this at this point. I'm kind of thinking through what I want to see here. I'm looking for this level and this level to kind of be the range that we get stuck in, or the range that we have to break through and retest at some point. And then on the intraday, we're still kind of stuck for nice big pullback here. Obviously lower low for the day, come back up, tried to retest this and try to break through it, could not break through it. So I would just probably leave that there, and this is kind of what we're trading underneath. So we're stuck between here and here. I would look to set up plays the overnight tells me, I think, that I'm kind of just slowly boxing this in, seeing what we need to do, how this needs to happen. So I'm looking for what happens at market open. Do we break this? Do we break either one of these ranges? Chances are we at least break one of them. And then we'll kind of see what we need to do to kind of detail the price action of kind of what's going on. But at this point, we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. If we break under here, we've got this underneath this that we can kind of shoot for, but that should also act as a pretty strong support level. And if we can get back above what we're seeing here, and I think we should probably look for something that shoots us kind of back up to this region. And then I'm looking to probably trade east a good bit until the FOMC meeting tonight. Is that kind of what, or this afternoon? Is that kind of what you were looking at?
You bet. Because I have it going above 412 before I consider it going to an uptrend, and I have it at 404 to consider going down for the day.
Yeah, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. I mean, I see like that we've got some nice little wicks in here. We've obviously kind of came back down, and this was really messy yesterday afternoon. I mean, I guess technically if I wanted to try to tighten it up a little bit, I could probably do this. Kind of like that, you know, $7.80 and $8 breakout we were just looking at. This one's probably a little safer. But, yeah. We'll see what happens on ES this morning. NQ. Kind of the same deal. We've got a level right here, basically, that I've been using as a 1 hour level for quite some time. And, it was the bottom of this little structure right here that wound up acting as huge support resistance. I love you.
I do too. I'll be here at 3:15.
3:15?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. We've got this nice little like push up back over to the top of here. Basically, it's the same exact structure ES has at this point. Here's my step. Set it right on top of that. Nice little push back up, and this was actually NQ traded a lot cleaner than ES did yesterday. Thank goodness, because I don't trade ES to trade NQ. So like I was looking to go short back off of this level, which is exactly what we got. And you can kind of see here that this is how we kind of played through. We broke underneath that was that hourly level that I'm working on establishing at this point. That was pulled right off of Monday's high, and we stopped right at it, man. Like wick, close, open, little wick, and then shot right back over the top of it, which is absolutely perfect. And now we kind of push back up through this little level, which it seems to be doing pretty dang well at this point. And it's kind of the same concept that I've got on ES at this point. We're going to put one right here, just because that's the level that really has been like holding it up. We've obviously got a couple of little levels in here, but again, kind of just caught in the middle. I think I'm going to get rid of this level though. It hasn't really proved anything to me. Something to kind of watch. Yeah, nothing really exciting at this point, unless you're looking to try to go long, maybe right here. See if we can push back down through this level. The sellers are really kind of stepped up at this point. I mean, we're getting like oversold. They're really trying to push in, but we're not really going a whole lot deeper. We kind of double bottom right here, and the sellers have kind of lost a lot of pressure. Like we didn't go as deep on the RSI, and you can kind of see when you have divergence like that. There's low, lower low, nice little whip back down to the bottom, divergence, and that's when it, took a little bit, but it finally did push back up to the top. So it looks like maybe we might get a little push back up this way. It's already after 9 though. It's very boring. Boring's a good word for it right now. Our EPL trying to make a comeback here. Let's go. If you got in right there, that's fine. If you waited for the $8 breakout, it looks a little different for you. You're a little bit behind, but you just turned green. Stop loss was back under the VWAP at least, which was just 10% from your entry. So you never hit stop loss at that point. So if you're playing the game, either one. If you took the earlier risk, it definitely paid off this morning, because you never pulled back any more than like 4 or 5% on that position. So and the fact that you were able to kind of minimize that risk like there, that's the hard part, because even with like futures, it's the same thing. Like if you're waiting for a little bit of if you're waiting for a little bit of extra confirmation, it's not that it's a bad thing, but a lot of times you'll just miss the move, and a lot of times you actually wind up putting a little more risk on the table than you wanted to. So up about 15%. There was 15% from the original breakout, that 777 breakout. If you're looking for the breakout from over $8, you just hit 10.5% from that one. So either way, you're up on that one. Nice job.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
I just want to make sure if you weren't talking, I thought something was wrong with my computer talking.
Oh no, you're good. I had a one-on-one client who came in, and so he was like, I was in the live today and I didn't hear you. And I was like, I talked for like 2 hours. He's like, I haven't heard you for like a week. I was like, why didn't you say anything? He had me muted. I was like, dang it.
I don't. Well, alright, cool. I'm not losing my shit. Alright, man.
Yeah, man. Where are you at now? Are you floating around Ohio too? Oh no, you told me where you were. I can't remember. I can't.
Right now.
Text. That's what I was about to say. I think.
We just landed our 6th house. We're opening our house this week to expand our business. So we're like,
Yes.
we're in go mode right now.
That's cool. That's cool. BGLC. Hope you started taking some profits right there at 15 and 10%. But we did move up. The $8 breakout did hit like just under 15%. Hit like 14.6%. The initial breakout, you hit like 20.5%, give or take, right there. So or almost 20. Sorry, 19.5, 19.8. So anywhere in that area, hope you're taking your 10-15% gains. Especially with the tightest stop losses you had. So I mean, like if you waited, you had 15 to 15. That was a 1-to-1 risk. If you had the earlier entry, you could have kept that stop loss just a little tighter, around 8%, and potentially gained a little more. So I mean, nothing wrong with that. Oh, hey, buddy. When did you get under my desk? Nice push right here. Very nice push. It seems like that little level right there has been treating us very well on NQ this morning. Again, not a play that I took. So, I mean, if you took the risk on that, then good. I mean, in all actuality, could I have taken a risk on that one? Yeah. I mean, it's a 15-point stop loss, though, really. And so a 2-to-1 for me would kind of be back up here. And I don't know if we're going to reach back up that far, especially holding right where we are and not come back to retest this level. So was it a decent level? Yeah. Is it moving right now? Is it almost a 1-to-1 from that? Yeah. Or you could have pulled it back up here. If that's the case, then you can take a 2-to-1 right back up this way, which is also more than okay, which you've almost hit. You're already past a 1-to-1 on that little play right there. These are the things you have to do. You have to just decide, like, hey, this is what I want to take. This is why it's okay for me to take this. And then you just got to do it. Like, you can't just wait around forever and wait for special confirmation. Like, if you've got a play style that works and you see a setup, you just got to take the setup. It may be that like you wait for like a touch displacement and then a break above that. If that's how you play it, then good. Then play the crap out of it and stick your stop loss where it needs to be, which is right behind that probably. And then you got a 2-to-1 that's kind of back up this way. That's fine, but just manage the trade. It's a slow day. There's a good chance that we're probably not going to get any continuation, any real solid good continuation in one direction or the other. Just play it. We're stuck in a range. Whatever it is. If we're stuck in a range, play the bottom of the range and the top of the range. Do it. Does anybody have any questions at all? Oh, wait. I think somebody typed something. This is good. Oh, Doton. That was me. Yeah, I wasn't going to call you out, man. Dang. Finally hear your charming voice. Oh, it's just because it's early.
Phil, you said you were using a new indicator or something. Which one was that?
Yeah, it was just a little Lux Algo orb and targets, man, and it's phenomenal. Let's walk through kind of what when he pointed it out, I was like, this is awesome.
What does it do?
It marks the opening range for the session.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's like an opening range breakout. And you have... Oh, it says no bias, daily bias. That's signal size. Okay. I haven't messed with it at all. Target range, 50%. Target source close, target display, adaptive extended. So I haven't really messed with any of this at all whatsoever. There could be some things you can do to kind of maximize this, or it could be like some ways you can simplify it. It looks like you can take the targets off, so again, it was late last night when I was goofing around with this thing, but when I saw it, I was like, dang. And it's the opening 30 minutes, the first 30 minutes. But you can put anything you want to. You can do the 1 minute breakout, the 30-minute. And honestly, I've been using I made another indicator with Claude 3.7. It took forever. Have you covered QQQ this morning? Yeah, technically I have. A QQQ and NQ should look basically the exact same, which is what we're doing right now. So, QQQ is, we're still kind of looking for what it's doing. Without the overnight, for some reason, it's kind of stupid that it doesn't show me the overnight. Let's go look at the overnight with QQQ on Webull. But yeah, I like it. I was just goofing around with it. I haven't built in enough confidence to just blindly take plays off of it, but it seems like when it breaks one direction from the opening range, like it usually goes. But the downside to that is, of course, you've got days like this when you've got resistance right overhead and support right underneath. The support would have given plenty of room to actually take the plays, and the resistance would have just absolutely just swatted you back down the whole time. So but this whole session was choppy, right? So depending on how you want to use it and what you want to look at, breakouts to the downside, stop loss kind of in the middle. So it is meant for like those it's kind of, I mean, anything you do that's less than a day, most people, especially professional traders, are going to be like, oh, that's a scalp. So however you want to call it, doesn't really matter to me. But I mean, it's pretty interesting to kind of watch and see how the price action does react to this. It's actually really fun to kind of go back and just go, okay, cool. When it does pick a direction, it's really nice to kind of watch and see how it pulls away. But like the other thing is, how do you know which one you need to play? Because sometimes if you're waiting for a break and retest, you just don't get it, right? Especially in the Asian market, if it opens up and goes a direction, but it does tend to like be a little choppy. So it's still nothing that like I wouldn't have been able to take on my 1 hour levels that you see on my chart right now. That's the crazy part. It's like these a lot of times they would have been maximized. Oh, this was that holiday. That's why I was like, why does that look so weird? We got 2 of them in one night. That's why. But no, fun little indicator definitely to play around with. I'm definitely going to spend a little time messing with it because I do like opening range breakouts for the New York session. And I have been curious already for like the entire session, like the 23-hour session. So I don't know. I will share what I find and see what we can do with it. So it sounds like a pretty fun indicator to kind of mess with. Very similar to the one that I made. I've got a 15-minute and a 30-minute range breakout that I've already created. Here's my 30-minute right here on this chart. And it does the same stupid thing. It does all the rest of them. It connects all my lines. At least it doesn't do it with the main three. It only does it with the extended sets or whatever. So sometimes that 30-minute works better. Sometimes the 15-minute works better. It's just, another indicator that tends to fail. But it's something to mess around with anyway. I will say this. I have been trying to figure out if there is a set of indicators that I like on my chart again. And I promise I'll go look at QQQ because I know we got like 6 minutes left till open. But I have really enjoyed looking at the 21 and the 40 on the 5-minute. I know that sounds really weird. I've never used a 40. I've used a 48, I've used a 50, I've used a 60 before. I've used a 55, never a 40. I think I've tried using like a 30 something, but when I looked at the at this with the 5-minute 21 and 40 EMA together, it just looked very clean. Obviously, when it's choppy, right? But like when you're in a trend and you start to see it slow down, I'm like, this is kind of nice. I just don't want to always look at it, so I've got to kind of mess around with it a little bit more. Like again, this is why you never see it on my chart when I'm actually trading, because I don't like looking at indicators when I trade. It messes my brain up. Oh yeah, QQQ. 5 minutes till open. I mean, same setup as QQQ at this point. VWAP reset, obviously. Kind of fumbled through the night here a little bit. Lots of under 50 movement here. Not loving it. Even yesterday we hit oversold on the 5-minute. This is your typical RSI. This is not modified like my futures RSI is, except that I moved the bottom line to 50 so it highlights, so I see it a little easier. As far as this goes, I'm not loving the fact that we're pushing under that 50 quite often at this point. Oh, it's not gonna. Let's go back to the 15-minute then. Actually, let's just go back to the 30-minute. It's gonna actually let me see some stuff. Same deal. I mean, We've got this upward trend that's been building in. We still got room to pull back to it. Technically, we're, even if we pull back some more today, we can still stay in a very bullish upturn. It wouldn't be the first time that we've done something like that. This is that stupid Wednesday. Never forget that Wednesday. I see that day and go, oh, that was that Wednesday. Before the big push. So I mean, if it wicked down beneath it during the day today, wouldn't be not too nervous as long as we came back up and closed the day above it. So we need to stay above this region right here. This 566 level back up to like this 6680. Anything around in this region, we kind of want to make sure that we're paying attention to this. If we dig into this level, we need to stay above, the overall trend. And if we lose it, it's going to start getting hairy. We either need to start, at that point, we probably just need to cut this back down. And then we just need to wait for this to actually start pushing up. And then what we're going to do is simple and easy. We're going to mark the top, and then we're going to mark where we bounce. And then we're going to come back across here and see where the larger time frame is, kind of what we're doing at this point. Looking for like where we actually want to go with this thing, right? So yeah, as far as daily direction, we are above, the 200 EMA on the 30-minute, which is always kind of nice. You can kind of see here though that we've already basically just started wrapping ourselves around the 15-minute 200, and on any lower time frame, the EMAs are pretty much going to be no good in this range right here. So still kind of basically looking for, we need to come back up and retake this, which is that little peak right there, and it's also pre-market high at this point. Or we need to take out this. So literally exact same setup on QQQ as it is for NQ right now. Still holding above this level. You can kind of see that lower level seems to be the primary thing we need to be taking out. Seems to be just a little sloppier here than it is on NQ, maybe just a little bit, but just have to wait and see what happens during the market open. But this is the range we're stuck in. This is the range we need to deal with at this point. We either need to come back to pre-market high and take that out, or get rejected, or we need to crawl back underneath this level. So QQQ and NQ, basically the same strategy here. What's up, Mr. Duck?
Looks like a freaking shitstorm, doesn't it?
I know. Oh, there's market open. Oh, you came in just in time, didn't you? Dang. All right, let's see what we do here. We've been slowly pushing kind of back down. Oh, I don't even have my brokerages open. How do I expect to make any money if I can't buy and sell anything? Give me a second. Jeez Louise. A nice little wick right back down to the bottom of that. I don't necessarily know if I would buy or sell anything right now, but here we are. So I don't really expect this to do a whole lot of damage one way or another right now. That would have been an absolute banger entry right there. Oh well. Too slow. That's what I get for not having my stuff signed in.
So yeah, the articles just came out that they said that they're going to hold firm. So
yeah, that when I was looking at it yesterday, the expected was still the exact same. So I mean, I think that's what everybody was kind of expecting anyway. I think the hard part about it is there were so many people saying, "Hey, we need a rate cut. We need a rate cut. We need a rate cut." That I think we've got a rate cut kind of priced in the market already. So if we sit, I think we get whatever the opposite of the explosion is. I don't know if we just die off But I think
Right.
maybe we just get really, really choppy this afternoon and start slinging it back and forth between the people who are like, no, the market still needs to go up, and the rest of them are like, no, are you an idiot? We didn't get a rate cut. And
Yeah.
so, all right, I'll try a little long right off the bat right there. And I will take that move right there. Come on, move back up. Nice. Thank you very much. Just a little scalp. Just a little scalpy scalp. Not looking for any continuation right now. Just looking.
No.
Just looking. Nice little bounce right off of that support level right there. Huh? What
That's
you
a
doing?
good lord.
Woo!
That.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let me extend this level over just a little bit. I don't lose it. All right, do we keep going or what?
Every time we get the whip on it, man.
I know.
It's just insane.
Boo. All right, 5 minutes. 5 minute is oversold right now. It dug deep down yonder. And we've got a lot of, just messy stuff down here already anyway. So if we close this 5 minute candle either in or above this level, I can't in good conscience go short. Oh, there's a, holy crap, look at that. Let's go for this stupid wick. There we go. What do you think, Duck? You think if we break back above any of this, you might try for a long?
Okay, here. My crap. Mine closed. Hold on. Let's try that again.
I don't think it's going to do it on this candle. It'll have to do it on the next candle, but... What's our rule? Never trade in the last 30 seconds of a 5 minute candle? When's the last time you traded on a 5 minute
No
candle?
doubt. No idea.
You're all 2 minutes right now, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Holy moly. Looky there. All right, I'm going to try for a little bit of a long right here. I'm just going to place my stop loss right underneath the bottom of that. Oh. Hey. Just playing sketch today, people. Taking it where I can get it. Come on. Go on and push back up there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Took a little bit of a risk. I think it's playing out. I think it played out in my favor. How about that? All right, I'm out of that play. That was a lot of buying pressure.
You
I
have
just
NQ sitting on 81%.
sitting on what?
Sitting on an 81% gain. Oh crap! It just fell off. Never mind.
What do you mean by 81% gain?
That they're saying 81% chance it's going to go up.
Oh! The tilt.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I haven't seen the tilt because they turned it into a subscription, so I haven't had it on my chart for a while.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I haven't been able to pull it up in a while. All right, well, that was kind of fun. I wasn't playing with a big position, but it's fun.
Right.
No big deal. I didn't want to risk a whole lot. Yeah, look at that, just disgusting. Sellers, buyers, sellers. This is just the first 10 minutes of market. Jeez.
Right.
Where's the... What does this one set to? Oh, that's my 15 minute. Well, let's turn my 15 minute on for now. And then when it gets too messy, I'll turn my... Wait, is that 30 minute? I'm so confused. Oh, that's the 15 minute. I need to name it 15 minute. That would probably be smarter. Not that one. All right. So how's Wooster?
Good.
Got any interesting shops up there? Gotta have a good ice cream store.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. That's
Everybody's gotta have a good ice cream shop. If you don't have an ice cream shop, you should just pick another town.
yeah. There was one like all the way on the road that was like at the dairy.
Oh,
Like connected to a cow barn and shit. Yeah, dude. Like it's crazy.
I bet it's awesome. Nice original cream, some sugar, rock salt and ice, man. Chop up some like peaches and cherries. Not cherries. Maybe cherry. I'd try. I'd eat cherry ice cream. I'm making myself hungry now.
I know, right?
Jeez. I don't need ice cream, but man, I love me some good ice cream. Tell you what I'll do. Since this is, I think I've got these on 2-minute candles. I'll go open up. Where's my 30-minute one? Did I not save it? Oh, uh-oh. This is not good. Yeah, I did save it. It didn't show up when I was looking for it though.
You see that?
Oh, there
They
you go.
changed the withdrawal policy on Top Step.
The what?
Now you don't need. They changed the withdrawal policy on Top Step. Now you only need the 5 days up. 250.
Sorry, you need 5 days of what? You broke up.
Of 150 instead of 250.
Oh, okay.
So they shortened. Yeah.
I like it. They're like, all right, Apex can give sales. We could just give you better service.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's beautiful. That break and retest of that 15-minute or 15-minute OR worked really good yesterday. Looks like we might. Yeah, I mean, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I think probably just because of FOMC this evening, I doubt we're going to get anything spectacular. Maybe we've got some news coming out today. I think it was Jolts came out yesterday, didn't it?
What time is that
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be today?
FOMC
Like 2:30 usually.
the two. The meeting notes and the interest rate decision is released at 2 p.m. Eastern. Fed
Eastern.
Chairman,
Oh,
Chairman Powell speaks at 2:30. So I think typically what happens is we'll go live here at 1:45. So everybody go ahead and put that back on your calendars. If you didn't reset yesterday, go ahead and put a reminder in. Dang it. Give me my thing yet. Where's my thing? Oh, there's. 1:45 will be live back here again. I'll record again. And then I'll we'll be on trying to watch. I may get someone else to try to share their screen for the meeting at 2:30, because when I'm trying to stream video and record and have my charts up, it gets a little hairy. So maybe if someone will go ahead and decide to volunteer for that, I could still have it pulled up and still trade and still have the audio recorded for the recording. Okay, yeah, so we did have that GDP. You can see quarter over quarter GDP release, and at 8:15 the ADP non-farm employment released, and you can see like how big we moved. It was not big. Maybe that doji candle right at 8:30, but it was not news candle. Everybody's waiting for this evening. You know, they're building for something big, I think. So we'll 1:45 p.m. We'll go ahead and hop on and make sure everybody's up and ready. Make sure we don't have any technical things we got to work out. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern, it will be, the meeting rates the meeting notes and the rate will be released, which will start activating those manipulations, right? So you'll probably start seeing like some weird candles about 5 or 10 minutes before the 2 p.m. And then like the manipulation will begin to kind of start pushing around the prices. And then at 2:30 when Powell speaks, it's usually when either the general interest, like if the big dogs have already kind of had their way with it, they'll kind of leave it to whatever whichever direction the retailers wanted to keep pushing it, or somebody will start making the big moves at the 2:30 when Powell starts talking. Yeah, it's very nice. Unfortunately, we've got that resistance right above us, and I don't love it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that? Oh yeah, yeah. Doton can probably walk you through that little Stutch. Try going to the user settings next to and go to audio and video and make sure you have the correct speakers highlighted. You may be connected to. Yeah, man, look at, we just got rejected right off of that. Right off of that level right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go short. I don't know if I'm going to play anything this morning. I think I'm just going to wait.
No. Good idea. Right.
You definitely could come in and scalp like 5 points here and there. But I think it's going to get a little scary. That.
Look at that.
这不就他不会搞工作，他因为就是发个表，那大家填嘛，这个人一填他就是费劲就行了。你每个人要一遍，
Dude, what am I
自己
hearing?
再录一遍，
It's Adam.
就很累了嘛。
Adam
工作都是这样。
Borland. You care. Not that we can understand what you're saying anyway. You know, that wasn't meant to sound bad. It just like, but you are. We can hear your background conversation. If you don't mind muting your microphone. I don't think he's paying attention to us. So, sorry, Adam. I unmuted everybody the other day. That was in here because I hate having people server muted if they don't have to be. I'll unmute a couple more.
Yeah.
As long as I don't hear dishes in the background, I don't care. Oh,
Dishes.
yeah, dishes. Chest. Little stutch. Can you hear me now?
Have been heard.
There you go. Somebody's talking.
Well, there's
Slade.
someone's on the road.
It's Slade. Oh, I can't hear anything. I couldn't hear anything but a voice.
Oh.
Man,
Oh,
look
yeah,
at.
he's driving down the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, at this point, unfortunately, you know, as much as I love a good 15-minute opening range or 30-minute, I don't know if it's going to help us today.
That was an unexpected candle right there.
Yeah. Just so you, yeah. Well, we're just stuck in this. We're just stuck in this junk, man. I will say that like that wick came right back down into the session opening range, which is still pretty interesting. I'm liking being able to see that, like turn it, you know, even if it's just turning it on and off. But yeah, we're trapped. We're trapped, and I don't want to go, or really can't go short unless I'm coming off the top, or if we're coming off the bottom of this one. And I can't really go long unless we're coming back up off the bottom of this or breaking over the top of that. So, you know, if it's going to continue to range, you know, play the range, man. But like even the range is kind of sloppy.
My
So.
short, like 4 candles ago, I missed my short. I like
Sweet.
fumbling on the phone like a fool.
Yeah. Well, if it's just going to keep doing this, I'm probably
Right.
going to go ahead. Do what now?
I think we'll come back in a few hours.
Yeah, I think we're kind of done here, folks. We know what to do here at this point. There's not a whole lot we can sit and watch for. You know, even if we try to break out, I think it's probably going to be hairy. I don't know if we're going to really move really strongly before this afternoon. Could we? Yeah, I'm not saying we can't. You know, don't come back and say you said it wasn't going to do anything. I'm just saying, like,
Desert.
yeah, I'm just saying the likelihood of it doing
evidence-
anything that's remotely
What's the
close to
suggest?
being. Do what now?
I said the evidence suggests.
Yeah, the evidence suggests that we're probably not going to get anything,
This is what it wants to do.
and
Yeah.
so we're just super chopped right now. So at this point, unless anybody has any questions, here's your chance to ask me a question. It's almost before 10, but I'm probably going to be on for like an hour and a half this afternoon. So it's not the last time you'll get a chance to hang out with us. So I'll go ahead and make it. I'll just go ahead and make an event while we're talking about it right now. Let's go ahead and create an event right now.
Yeah, that way it shows up on the
Voice channel.
feed so everyone can see it.
Live trading. Yes. FOMC.
Maybe send it to the WhatsApp group too, so that people know.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You
That's a
know
good
what I mean?
idea.
So that
Yes.
people can put it on their schedule and shit.
Mm-hmm. Today's the 30th. Yep, 1:45 p.m. Does not repeat description.
Already, holy crap. All right, Phil. Well, I'll see you in a few hours, sir.
All right, man. Take it easy. We'll go ahead and stop the recording. This is a little ridiculous. Yeah, and see, here's the thing about it.